Hi guys, it's Shelly and it's another live with Shelly James. I am so happy to be back on with you guys tonight. We are coming to the end of our Halloween based demos for the month of September. Only one more day left in the month of September. I can't believe it's already flown by so fast. But anyway, we're going to have fun tonight. We're going to be doing a fun witch's hat. It's a pretty purple hat with some black lace kind of hanging down around it. So I think you're going to enjoy it. It's kind of, you know, I don't know, fancy, but worn looking, I guess. But anyway, it's going to be a good time. So who do I have joining? Hi, Sue on Facebook. And we've got Teresa, Robin, Pam, Susan, Bobby on YouTube. Hi, guys. Thanks for joining. Hey, Greg. All right. So we're getting a few of you on. It's a Monday night, something fun to do on a Monday night, and there's no one stroke advantage tonight. So for those of you who are members, that was kind of a bummer, but Donna's getting a much needed break this week, and she will be back on Monday. So hey, Lee. Hey, Della. Hey, Joy. Hey, Kim. How's it going with everybody? Hi, Melissa. Happy belated birthday, and hope you're feeling better. Hello, Chitra. All right, getting some good people on here tonight. We got Diane. Okay, so let's see, what can I share with you? We've got the YouTube channel this week. Like I said, we're wrapping up the month of September. So today was, if you didn't see it already, today's free lesson on Shelly Loves to Paint was this cool jack-o'-lantern. So this was kind of an exercise in loosening up with the strokes, with the color application, a little bit of abstract look to it, adding the candles around it. I think it was kind of fun. So hope you got a chance to watch this. If you didn't, please go check it out. It is live, or it's up on my YouTube channel right now. It's not live, it's a recording. My free lessons every Monday that drop at noon Eastern time. Shelly Loves to Paint is the series, and this is what we did today. So go check that out. That was a fun one. Okay. And then we've got coming up in the month of October, we're shifting. We're still going to do some fall stuff, but it's going to be more like towards the harvest and Thanksgiving and getting ready for Christmas that we're going to be doing in November and December. So I've got, I'll share with you because I'll share it again on Saturday, but I just want to show you because this was a by request, and I think it was Denise Hudson that asked for this, but I could be wrong. But she asked for cornucopia. All right. And so this is what's coming up this coming Monday, part 1, and part 2 is the following Monday. So you're going to get a chance to learn how to create my version of this cornucopia, the woven look of it, and then adding all the fun fall things into it for the harvest. Thought it would be something pretty and fun to do that's different. So hope you'll catch that next 2 weeks on Shelly Loves to Paint. Okay. Then we have, after that, I will be doing a scarecrow and then wrapping that up with a beautiful harvest table design. Okay, so lots of fun things you can do, different things that we don't normally paint, like gourds and grapes and things like that, that don't usually fall into our floral paintings and landscapes. So it should be a good time. All right. Glad to see you're doing better, Melissa. Just keep getting stronger, sweetie. I'm praying for you. And hello, Angela and Sandy. Hello, hello. All right, Lorelei, hello. All right, hi, Miss Brenda and Miss Kim. Okay, so that's what's happening on Shelly Loves to Paint for the rest of this month. I'll be back on this again this Saturday, and I'll remind you of all that stuff again. And then we have the YouTube shorts that are starting this Wednesday, would be the beginning of October. So there's actually going to be some early Christmas fun designs. All right. So there's a pine cone spray in there. There's a poinsettia wreath in there. And there's some other fun things that are popping up every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Those are my shorts that drop. Okay. Oh, that's a weird way to say it. My shorts videos on my YouTube channel. Sorry. That just, I heard it after I said it. Sorry about that. Okay, so then we have October project class. All right. So I had told you guys I was going to have this past weekend before, and somebody even asked me as I was signing off, and I went, It's not ready yet." Sorry. So it is ready now. And so this is what I'm going to be doing for October, because I am not going to be available the entire month. We're only doing one class, but it's 2 parts. Okay. This is a big one, guys, and I'm really happy with how this turned out. Now I'm going to tell you, this is on a really big canvas the way that I created it. We're going to do it on a slightly smaller canvas than what I have it on. But this was a canvas that was gifted to me by Miss Donna Dewberry, and I've been looking for something to do on it all this time. So this is like a 24 by 28 inch, I think, oval, what they call a convexo wrapped canvas. All right, but this is what we're doing. I'm going to be teaching the class on a 16 by 20 wrapped oval canvas. Okay, and these canvases you can get at Hobby Lobby. I looked and they're reasonably priced there. 16 by 20 oval canvas, I think, is around $10. And then it's also available, you can get them on Amazon. If you want the convexo type that's rounded like this. I'm not going to be teaching on this because I'm not getting another one of these, I don't think. Maybe, I haven't decided. But anyway, these are a little more expensive, but they are so worth it. Look at the cool profilings. It's not a sharp corner, it's a rounded edge. You can kind of see the back. It's got like an MDF formed fiberboard frame, but they're beautiful canvases. But anyway, we're going to be doing this, what I'm calling my bucket of cheer. Okay. And this is going to be a 2-part class. Okay. There's a lot here. And so it's going to take a while to put it all together. But I want you to see, can you see the gold on the ribbon, on the bow, and on some of the leaves? We're using treasure gold in there. And you're going to learn how to do all those beautiful pine cones. And we've got those fun trees in the background. And so there's all kinds of lots to learn in this design. Okay, this is going to be October 28th and 30th. That's a Tuesday night and a Thursday night. All right, 7 to 9 p.m. called my bucket of cheer. Okay, so that's what's coming up. If you want to get into this class, you can do it 2 different ways. You can go to my website, which is michellemybelledesigns.com. All right, and you can go under Learn to Paint and then Classes, and it's all listed up there already. And just so you guys know, because I get a lot of questions for this, because I don't send the class information out with the pattern and everything until I've kind of locked down the attendee list, which is usually about 48 hours prior to the class happening. All right, but I always put all my paint color list out on the class listing, so you know what colors you need. All right, and I always put the canvas size out there as well, so you know what size canvas you need. So that's all out there already. The paint list and the canvas size are out there on the website. So you can sign up there on the website, or if you are more comfortable or would rather that I send you an invoice on Square, you can leave your request here in the comments to get into this class. Just say you want in, and I will write you an invoice. I just need your email. So if you don't want to leave your email in the comments, you might private message me instead, or you can email me. My email contact information is right here on my social media sites, so you should be able to get in that way. Okay, so either way is fine. I'll send you an invoice, or you can sign up for the class. Glad you guys are loving this. I think it was I think it's going to be a fun project and class to learn how to do. And I'm actually looking at it going, boy, I could do a few more things with this. So you might see it next on Saturday, and it might have a few changes to it, because I want to put I think I want to put like a metal band across here to kind of bind the bucket. I think that would make more sense. And then do a little more shading in there, so there's things are popping a little better. So anyway, but I was busting it to get this done so you guys could see it and get signed up for it in time. Okay, so that is the reveal for October's class. 1 class, 2 parts, October 28th and 30th. So you got plenty of time to sign up. All right, it's no rush. I know October starts in 2 days, but we're not doing this till the end of the month. So because I have some personal things I'm going to be gone for a few weeks. So okay, you've never seen a canvas like that. Well, they're out there. It's made by Fredericks. And like I said, you can get that specific, that it's called a convexo canvas because it's the rounded edges is their brand name for it. Or you can get the hard edged ones that are just flat and then wrapped around like our rectangular canvases are, but in an oval shape. And they do sell those at Hobby Lobby. I have seen them. So hopefully that answers your question. Thank you, Greg. You're always quick to sign up, and I appreciate you so much. So let's see if there's any questions I didn't answer. I wanted to find, a different canvas because it's kind of a special, to me, this is my big Christmas painting that I'm doing this year. So I wanted to put it on something a little more special than just a plain rectangular canvas. So I thought it would look great on that oval shape, and that's just something different to paint on that we don't usually use normally. So you'd never pronounce my last name. Oh, it's Rochelle. Okay. Thank you, Angela, for explaining. That's awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that. I won't probably remember that. You'll probably have to remind me of it. So Angela Rochelle, thank you. That's very pretty. All right. Just went to your site and signed up. Thank you, Teresa. You guys are awesome. So hi, Michelle in Washington State. Good to have you on. All right. So hopefully, Kim, I think I answered your question, but let me know if you didn't hear it and I will say it again. So that is all I have to share with you guys. And we've got a fun project to do tonight in this demo. Oh, Dick Blick has them for $15.05. Yes. Not too many people know about Dick Blick, but I use Dick Blick. That's who I buy a lot of canvases from if I'm not running out to get them at Michael's or something. So that's online, dickblick.com. DICKBLICK.com. You can order the canvases from there. Hello, Katie. Thank you, Nelda. All right. Okay, guys. Well, like I said, we've got a fun project to get to. So let's get to tonight's demo. Tonight's demo is going to be a fun kind of, I'm trying to think of the word that I used. It's worn looking, and but it's fancy at the same time. It's kind of one of those things that you find in your grandma's trunk sort of thing, or in the attic or whatever, but it's a pretty little purple witch's hat. I know, Miss Teresa, you're going to like the purple. And I think we're going to have a good time with this one. So I'm going to go ahead and get overhead and we will get started. Okay, so here's what we're working with. And I wanted to have, I have these decorations for Halloween where they're these cute little witches. I got them at one of those home goods stores. And they have these purple, and one has a red and one has an orange hat. And they have, this kind of black lacy with, not like fishnet, but it's got little black dots in it and stuff. So I don't know if you can see that, but there's lots of little black dots in there. So we're going to do that. And I'm actually using some metallic silver in here. So let's get going on this. Okay, so here's the colors. And I have my hat all sketched out. And you can do your hat any shape you want to. All right, I think what's going to be fun here is learning this technique of getting that that lace to be see-through in the back, and then as it's overlapping, it's a little darker, but it's still see-through on the hat as well. So let's look at the colors here. We've got dioxazine purple and violet pansy, wicker white, licorice, and then I have some citrus green. I have this metallic, it's called platinum, multi-surface platinum metallic, and then we have some floating medium. So not a ton of colors with this one. It's very Halloween toned for sure with the purple. And so I'm gonna first grab my 3/4 inch flat and get that damp, lay it on the paper towel, and I'm going to load with the 2 purples. Okay, so I'm gonna get the violet pansy, and let's bring this dioxazine over. We're going to need a lot of color with this, so loading up both of those colors. Thought this was a fun Halloween project. I've seen cute signs out for the season that say things like Broom Riders Club and stuff like that that are would be cool with this hat. I've done this hat before in just black and white, so that's fun too. So, all right. So let's first, I'm going to shift this over just a little bit. There we go. So I'm going to, sketch this out and everything, but I'm going to end up going over some of my sketch lines just because that's how things go with this. But first we're going to let's come from the top up here. All right. And I'm going to get as far as I can on like where this starts to curve right here. So right in here, let's come down. So I've got the dioxazine purple, the dark color is down on that curve right there. Right, and then we're going to sweep up. Let's go this way with the light to the outside edge, okay? And let's turn it because I can't get my hand out of the way of the camera. So I'm going to come this way with the light to the outside edge, and we're going to come around. There we go. Keeping that dark edge down. And I'm trying to make it so that the outside edges aren't super smooth. All right, so it's got a little bit of a bump in it. So it's kind of shabby. That's the word I was looking for, shabby. It comes to me eventually, right? All right, so light color to the outside edge. And we're going to sweep down a little more medium. Lots of paint. All right, so we're just going to base coating this in, but I'm keeping that light edge out. All right, and we're going to go, so right there I went over my feather, but I can see it, so that's good. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and go right over this buckle because I'm going to end up repainting it in white so that the silver shows up. Okay. There we go. All right, so we've got this it's dark on the right-hand side, and I'm actually, let's side load just a little bit of that licorice now, and we'll turn this way, and we're going to come right up this inside with that licorice and shade that a little bit darker there. All right, so see how that added to it a bit, made it a little bit more shaded on that right side, right? And then past the band, we're going to come down here, get that curve. There we go. All right, and we're just going to sweep all the way through. So I'm going to grab a bunch more of this paint, and we're going to come through here. And I am just on paper tonight, guys, but this would really look great on like a 11 by 14 or larger canvas. And you could add some caption to it, like I said, for the Halloween season, like "Let's Ride" or something fun like that. All right, and then I'm going to put my light edge to the outside here again and go along that brim. And a lot of this on the brim is going to be covered up with the black from the lace. So you just really want that purple undercolor so that it's visible through the lace. Okay. There. All right. So now I'm going to go ahead and clean that brush, and I'm going to grab a 6 flat. Purple is a great color for this season, I think. It goes really well with the orange and other tones for this Halloween season. All right, so I'm loading it with the violet pansy, and then I'm going to come side stroke some of the dioxazine purple. Let's get a little bit closer here. Move this out of the way. I'll slide it over. Okay, so right up here with the dark down, right, I'm going to come inside this curve, push, and slide out. So I'm just keeping that dark to the inside edge. Just trying to cover my pencil lines here. There we go. All right, and then I just kind of trailed it off like that. And you can even come in, if you like, with a script liner and get a little bit of water with that purple here. Give it a little curve on the end. So she's got kind of a fancy little trail off to her tail on her hat. And I'm just going to pull a little bit of the dioxazine out from there so it's a little shaded. Not showing up real well on the camera, but it is definitely shaded. Okay. So what we want to do now is put the brim on the hat. And, or not the brim, the band, excuse me. So I'm going to get my 16 flat for that. You can use a 16 or a 12. And I'm going to get all licorice on that brush. Okay. And then I'm going to side stroke white and work that in about halfway across the brush. Okay. And then I want strong white as I side load that. See there? So then we can come along from the curve right here. You're going to make it just a slightly downward curve as you come around the edge of the hat. And we're going to stroke over to the buckle. And I didn't put any medium in there, but I think I need a little bit. Yeah, so then we can come back here. This might be a better way to do it, and then you stand up on that curve. Okay, so that makes it look like it's going around. And then we'll come in the middle of the buckle right here. And then we'll come from this edge and stand up to that curve. Okay. So you're curving it up and around as you come back to that side. All right, now I'm going to, I'm going to clean that brush for now. We're going to use it again for the lace. And before I go any further, I want to base coat the buckle in white. So I'm getting strong white on this 6 flat. All right, and we're going to come around here. So the buckle goes right there, comes through, underneath. I can see my pencil lines. Right, and so there's a circle this way. There. Okay, and then you're just going to fill that in with the white. Because what we're going to do after that is add, it's got like a knobby silver pattern on it. And so this white will help that silver show. Normally you would do gray, but I'm going to use a dauber, so we want round knobby texture going around. Okay, so that's our buckle. Okay. Now, we want to kind of finish our hat because there's some things I want to do to it to add some texture and some little fun streaks of color to it. So in this case, I'm going to be using this rake brush. This is a 5/8 inch rake from Donna Dewberry's signature collection of brushes. And so the first thing I want to do is let's get some violet pansy on here and then touch into some white and work that into the bristles of the brush. Right, and then what we're going to do is just add some highlights in a curve sweeping over. See that? Might just get a little bit of medium with that. So this will lend to the curved look of the hat as we come around. Okay, and then right here, we're going to sweep. So put like a highlight in the middle of the upright part of the hat. Okay. Add a few more little streaks of light. All right, and then I'm going to wipe that brush off and we're going to pick up licorice. And I want to get just a touch of water with that licorice. And we're going to do the same thing coming in from the dark side of the hat. So right in here. Right, so you're adding some creases. Okay, so see how it's making the hat start to look a little slumped when you do that. And we can come from here. Pull that over, maybe a little bit right in here. Okay. And then we did I added a little bit of dark from this edge. I want to be careful though because I don't want it to look fuzzy on the edge. So I'm going to slide up and then make that curve. Slide in, upward curve, and you're matching the same curve that we did with the light color. Okay. There. I think that's going to be good for that. There. Okay. Now I'm going to clean that brush and then I'm going to come and pick up, I forgot to put out, some neon purple. Right? Which has got, almost looks pinky purple. It's a gel. So I'm picking that up now on this rake brush. And we're going to come over and across that white. So from the edge and let some of it come across the white. The white being the lighter. It's actually a light purple, almost a lavender color because it's not white itself. Okay. So I'm looking to really add this to the light colors on the left, the light part of the left side of the hat. You can put some up here as well. I think I like it just right over all that light color instead of the white showing through. So it gives it a little more spooky look, I think. And then the other thing was you can use a flat brush, but I'm just going to continue with this. And I came along this edge here and kind of lightened up that, because this part right here is going to show where the lace doesn't touch it. So I'm just using pressure and sweeping. Okay, so we got that. It's just a little bit of a highlight.